Hello everyone and welcome back to the FinPro Consulting's YouTube channel. I'm here with all of you once again with an update for the ACCA Diploma IFRS examination for December 2020. Post our last video, ACCA has declared that center-based examinations across all the exams of ACCA will not happen, and all the exams now will be remote based examinations. Now there are a lot of questions around what is remote based examination, what kind of a system requirement we will have to fulfill to give the examination, what all equipments we will have if I'm giving the examination from home, how that examination will be invigilated by the ACCA, etc. etc. We'll try and find out all the answers to these questions using ACCA's website. So let's go to the ACCA's website. First of all, I'll show you how to go to this page. You just have to type in ACCA remote examination in Google search. You will get this page, remote session examination of ACCA Global. Just click on this and you will get this particular page. You will come on to this page. There are five different sections. First is a remote session examination. It's just that they have informed for December 2020, center-based examinations will not be allowed, rather are not available due to COVID-19 situation, and hence all the examinations will be remote location or remote invigilator examination. So you can take these examinations from your home while somebody from ACCA will watch you while giving the examination. Whether you are giving this examination with due integrity, without cheating. Then how to book this examination session? Because most of you had earlier booked the center-based examination, and as far as our students are concerned or any other approved learning partners students are concerned, they might have booked the examination on behalf of their students. Considering that, how to book this remote examination? Do I have a choice not to give the remote examination during December 2020 and to postpone this attempt for the subsequent attempt? Can we do that? So we will discuss that. So before you book the examination, how to book it, and before doing that, what you need to check. So there are two sections with respect to that, and subsequent to that, what you should do on the day of examinations. Accordingly, there are 5 sections dedicated to that. We will not do everything immediately. We'll go step by step. How to book that remote examination, till that step we'll see. We'll see the minimum requirements, how to do the system check, etc. These 3 aspects we'll see in this video and subsequent aspects in a further video. So this is the page where you will find all the information with respect to the remote examination. All your questions will be answered from this single page. So this remote session examination, as I said, it is little bit different than your center-based examination. At centers, you have invigilators who is sitting in front of you, who is watching you. However, in the remote session examination, that invigilator will sit at his own location and he will watch you through the webcam. So there are little differences. So what are the do's and what are the don'ts of this examination? We'll just see. However, before this, booking the examination, you should watch this video. While booking the remote examination session, there are basic requirements, basic ones. Number one, you should have a private room with walls surrounded around you, not glasses or windows. Glasses and through windows, somebody can see you, you can see somebody. And to avoid this, the private room should be surrounded with walls. If there are glasses, those should be covered with the curtains. You should not be able to see anyone outside the room. No one should be able to see you also within the room. That is more important. You must have a basic internet facility with good speed. So speed specification will be given subsequently. I'll discuss that with you. You should have uninterrupted electricity supply. So these are the basic things, along with a webcam and a personal computer. So these are the basic things. So we will see what are the requirements with respect to PC, webcam, internet and system, that is operating system. So all these things we are going to look at. However, so this video gives you a very brief overview within 3 minutes, within just 3 minutes. A very short video, but you should go through that video. Now, after looking at this video, you will go for a booking. However, before booking the examination, what you should do is you should do this complete system test. Click on the complete system test. This will take you to the separate page, CB session CB remote invigilation system test. Now, in the system test, there is one link called access the system test. You can read this and make sure the computer from which you are accessing the system test is going to be utilized for the final examination. Please don't run the system test on some different computer which you are not going to use for your examination. Just for the trial purpose, how to run a system test, you can do it. But otherwise, if you want to book the examination and you are going to give the examination from a particular machine, test that particular machine for this test. So, access the system test, click here and it will take you to the different website. It is a third-party website, Pearson View. Pearson is a partner with ACCA for their examinations. So when we were discussing about a CBE platform, we discussed about an Excel worksheet or a spreadsheet based scenario and word based scenario. Those were developed by Pearson. Those are developed by the Pearson. So similarly, that platform is also developed by the Pearson View. So they have their specific system test. You can don't begin exam or don't sign in this. Just click on test my system. It will again open another window. So there are 3 pointers which you should consider. Click on the checkbox here. There is a code which is given down in the second point. Copy that code, download the executable file, which is a small app that will help you to test your system requirement. Download this, copy that code on once you open this downloaded application, and it will give you 3 different parameters. Once you clear that, it will give you a final message saying your system check is successful. You are good to go for the final examination on the system. But before you clear that test, number 1, you should make sure that your microphone is on. Microphone of your computer is on. There is a webcam which is given to you, rather which you have, which is inbuilt in your laptop or a desktop. You can use any of the system, laptop or a desktop. That webcam is on and no other application is open on your system other than this particular application on view. So apart from this on view application, other applications must be closed. You should go to your task manager by clicking Control Alt Delete, by pressing Control Alt Delete together. Stop the applications if any of them are open there. End task, make it as end task, and check and close all the applications, and then only click on the next, proceed further. Then the final message will appear if your system requirement goes through. I may not be able to run this test because the machine on which I am recording this video is not compatible with the system requirements given by the ACC. However, this is not, this is an older computer. This is 32-bit computer. You require for the examination 64-bit computer, and there are some other issues also, but otherwise, from a speed perspective, the technical requirements will speak now in some time. This particular computer satisfies all the thresholds except that 32-bit one, or rather 64-bit one. The requirement is of a 64-bit computer. I have a 32-bit machine, and that is why I will not be able to run this test in front of you right now. However, this is very simple. Most important which you need to understand here is, while running this, number one, close all the applications. If there is an antivirus which is running, close that antivirus or disable that antivirus, because unless and until you disable that, the system will not allow you to run this particular system requirement test. It will not be run successfully. So that is important. If you have a corporate firewalls, remove them. If it is not possible, do not use office laptops. Use your personal laptops or personal machines for the examination. So I'll speak about this at a later point again. I will go to back to this particular page, pre-booking checks. So here you will get a final log from the system whether that particular app, whether your system is up to mark or not. Once system test is done, check the minimum requirement here, minimum technical specification with respect to your system. If those technical specifications are there, then only this system test will actually be through. If these technical specifications are not met, then system test will not be satisfied. It will not be successful. So this is just for our additional understanding. We should keep few things on our mind, and that's why this technical specification we need to see it separately. So let's check. If you click on that, the PDF, the 2-page document will open in front of you. This is only 1.5-page document which gives you a specific technical requirement with respect to your system from which you are going to give the examination. Minimum technical requirement, first is with respect to operating system. Only these three are allowed: Windows 10, Windows 8.1, both 64-bit. And that's what I said. This machine is Windows based. However, it is little older, 32-bit, and that's why I will not be able to perform the system test or that test successfully. Then some additional explanations are here given here. I'm sorry. For Windows 10 operating system, it should exclude S model, and for 8.1, all edition except RT. For Mac 10.13, iOS 10.13, and all above ISs except beta versions. More importantly, which systems are prohibited strictly is Windows Vista, XP and Windows 7 are strictly prohibited. So remember this. Similarly, all Linux and Unix based operating systems are also prohibited specifically for the examination. So you have only these three systems which are allowed for the examination. More importantly, Windows based operating system must be licensed one. If you are using a cracked version by any chance, you will have to install the authorized one and official one. So if you do not have a genuine license, then this system test will not be successful. Very, very important. So this should not be a surprise on the day of examination. That's why while booking itself, you should be aware that what are the system requirements. Even a day before examination, you should perform this, and before examination, on the same day also, you should perform it. You should do this test or undertake the system requirement test at least twice or thrice to be extra cautious. Firewalls, as I said, do not take your exam in the setting with the corporate firewall. It will not allow you. So please either give the examination from personal machine, or if office machine, ensure that the corporate firewall is not set up. Devices. All tablet devices are strictly prohibited except if your tablet, let's say iPad, with the similar operating system requirement of iOS 10.13 and above, it has an external keypad and a mouse. You can actually use it. Otherwise, you cannot use the tablets. Generally, any kind of a touch screens are not allowed. RAM. RAM should be 4 GB and above. Minimum 4 GB and above. If you consider the newest ones, those are 8 GB or 16 GB. So generally your machine will be of having a RAM with more than 4 GB. Display, there is no requirement or mandatory requirement as far as screen size is concerned. However, they recommend that screen size should be 17 inches or more, because you will be able to view the question paper clearly and you will be able to write the answers in a in a sufficient space per se, and that's why that requirement is given. So bigger the screen, bigger will be your examination environment, and you will be solving it in a more comfortable manner. However, minimum resolution is given is this 1024 by 768 in 16-bit color. Generally, most of your systems or monitors will have this resolution. Internet browser, any newest and latest version of Microsoft Edge, this is the latest one, Safari, Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer 11. Internet connection. There are various questions which are actually surrounding this internet connection. What should be the speed of my internet? Internet speed should be a good internet speed, I would say. It should not be extremely fast speed. It is just that you require 3 Mbps download speed and 2 Mbps as an upload speed. And that you will see most of the even smartphones will have that kind of a speed. So we are talking about a LAN. So which internet you are expected to use? This internet is wireless internet connection is recommended, not mandatory. It is recommended. Wired connection is recommended. I'm sorry if I've said wireless, I'm sorry. Wired connection is recommended. If you have wireless connection, that is also fine. But that wireless connection should be through a wireless router or a dongle. It is not acceptable to use mobile hotspot for the internet connection. Mobile hotspots are strictly prohibited. So wired connection, if you have a LAN which is connected to your computer machine or your laptop, that is recommended. If that wired connection is not available, Then you may have a wireless connection through a router, wireless router, or with the help of a dongle. Mobile hotspot is not acceptable one. So speed 3 Mbps download, 2 Mbps upload. Wired connection is recommended. Wireless is also allowed, but only through a router and a dongle, not through mobile. This is very important. That's why I have repeated it a couple of times. Webcam. Webcam could be external. It could be inbuilt in the laptop or any kind of a machine. Desktop also. It's allowed. Generally, laptop has inbuilt webcams. For desktop, you might have to use the external webcam. That webcam should not be very hi-fi or technically very sound. It should have minimum resolution of 640 by 480, which is at the rate of 10 fps, frames per second, which is a very basic one. It's just that invigilation which is going to happen, that is going to happen through that webcam. So that invigilator who is going to watch you through that webcam should be able to see you flawlessly. That's it. Now, sound microphones, verify audio and microphones are not on mute. This must be on throughout your examination. Whatever the sounds which are coming are within your surrounding should be heard by your remote invigilator. Must. And that's why you should be in a quiet place. The room, the private room which you are going to sit, must have a quiet environment. There should not be any music going around. There should not be any crowds or voices going around. No traffic, nothing else. No noise which is coming around. And to check that, your microphone should always be on. This is again important, these two things. Browser settings. The browser which you are going to use, Internet Explorer or Chrome or Firefox, make sure that your internet cookies are enabled. Internet cookies are enabled, and pop-up blocker is also enabled. Both internet cookies and pop-up blocker must be enabled. It should not be disabled. Otherwise, you will not be able to get some kind of a pop-up which are required in the examination environment. So, you have to remember this. Do it beforehand. Do it a day or a week before itself, before that examination. Ensure you are connected to power supply before starting your examination. If you are giving the examination through a desktop, then definitely you will be connected to a power. There is not an issue. But that power supply should be uninterrupted. At least try to connect it to an inverter or a UPS, which will give you uninterrupted power supply. Or if it's a laptop, then keep that laptop connected to the power supply before you sit for the examination. Because during the examination, it should not happen that your laptop has run down the battery and it has shut down because of that. So make sure, because it will be a panic situation, believe me. So such kind of a disturbance is acceptable, but you will be panicked if that laptop goes off during the examination. So make sure it is connected to power, and these are the minimum technical requirements. Only 1.5 page. Go through this once again. Make sure your laptop has all these specifications. If you do not understand these specifications on your own, go to some of your friend or your office technician, checking with the specifications of your laptop. It's not very difficult. You can just right click on a my computer tab on a computer or a laptop and check the specification in the properties. So you can do that. So this is the minimum technical specification. Along, if you have this technical specification, then it becomes easier for you to have this test successful, system test. Few do's and don'ts which are given here. These are actually you have to consider while giving the examination. But I quickly explain you. There is a difference between the remote examination and the center-based examination. Both are little different. More importantly, you cannot go off your computer for more than 5 minutes. So whatever the comfort break, washroom breaks you want to avail it before the examination. During the examination, you cannot leave your place for more than 5 minutes. Exactly after 5 minutes, if you are not found in front of your camera, the examination will go off. It will be closed. Correct? So that is how the program has been built in by the Pearson in their app on View. So remember that. There are some restrictions to what is allowed on your desk. So had you given this examination at centers, there are some different requirements. However, if you are giving this remotely at your home or from your home or your private place, then there are few do's and don'ts. So that list, if you click here, view what you are allowed on your desk. If you click here, this will open. I'm sorry, this will open. This is again a PDF. What is allowed on your desk and what is not allowed. So what you can see in this picture, that is only allowed. In section 1, you can see only desktop as a setup. There is a second option which is with a laptop setup. So both are allowed. In desktop setup and in laptop setup, what is allowed, what is not allowed. I'll quickly tell you. Number 1, your machine, your monitor with external webcam. Generally desktop has an external webcam. Its CPU, keyboard, mouse. Apart from these things, you can have one calculator and one plain glass of water without any kind of a written design on it. Plain glass of water. You can keep a bottle of water, but that bottle should be clean, nothing, no labels on that particular bottle. Calculator should be a normal calculator. It can be programmable, but it cannot be attached to the printers. Scientific calculators are also allowed. What is not allowed in both the scenarios? In both the scenarios, no additional monitors, only one single monitor, no extra peripherals, nothing. You cannot attach speakers, you can't do anything. No additional peripherals, no additional food or drink, only glass of water, that's it. No headsets, earphone, earbuds, speakers, nothing. No scrap paper. Now this is very important and vital for you while practicing the CB platform. Now had you been in the center giving this examination, you would have given the scrap papers at the examination hall. Because you are giving the remote session, you are not allowed the scrap papers. You cannot write anything. So there will be a scratch pad which is allowed in the CB platform, which is a soft copy. You can only use that particular scratch pad. You will not be given, or you cannot have any blank rough papers around you. Please practice the examination in such scenario where you do not have the physical papers around you to write anything on it. It is strictly prohibited. These don'ts are applicable for both the scenarios, desktop as well as laptop scenarios, or a desktop setup and laptop setup. In laptop setup, there are further two sections. Number 1, you can have only laptop with external keyboard addition. You can have an external keyboard because it has a numpad. Probably the laptop may not have that. So you can have an additional external keyboard. You can have a mouse attached to the laptop. You can use only one laptop screen. That's it. Glass of water, calculator. Nothing else apart from this. If your laptop screen is a smaller one and you would like to attach a bigger screen to it, your laptop lid should be closed like this, which is shown in option 2 laptop setup. That laptop screen is closed and it is attached to a desktop with an external webcam. With all setup like that. You cannot keep your two displays open at a time, it has to be only one display. The other display must be shut. So if you shut that particular lid of that your laptop, then you should arrange such that even if you close the lid, your display from laptop is shown on your desktop. All right. So these are few do's and don'ts, or what could be your work area have as on the exam date. So you can see that here. One more thing, you will be filmed throughout the examination, and this data will be shared to the third party. So Pearson on View, that particular company will completely film this examination, and it will be used for further and subsequent monitoring or evaluation, whether you have given the examination with full integrity or not. It's like that. So be very sure, do not try any kind of a cheating. Even if you are sitting at your home, you are under continuous observation. Even if the cheating is not caught at that time, subsequently it may got caught in the subsequent evaluation or examination. So please be aware of that. This is what I wanted to speak with you about the technical specification and about the minimum requirements and do's and don'ts during the before the examination. So how you will book the examination and what are the do's and don'ts during the examination. Again, most of the things have been covered. However, with the help of FAQs which are given on the ACCA website, I will also tell you how to access those do's and don'ts, and with the how to access those FAQs, I'm sorry, uh, and what all requirements are there as on the date of examination, how to book the examination. We'll see it in our subsequent video. Till then, thank you so much and keep watching the space for further updates. Thank you so much.